Okay, this machine once again is running low on toner, and it's the blue colour called cyan. So that's the message there, and it's fucking Friday afternoon and it's probably too late anyway. I can't go down to Mytronics and pick up a supply. I'll have to wait till Monday, which is my roster day off. I was hoping to pull an all-nighter and burn 7 DVDs with 15 demos each and a little bonus clip at the end, but now I'm going to have to I don't know, maybe open and close the front door, or even better, switch off the machine and then switch on the machine, and that should give the toner cartridge a little bit of an extension. But it's still annoying when this happens, when I have plans, and it always happens at the wrong time. It rarely happens at a time when I've got the time to buy some toner, or pick up some toner. Sometimes they let me have it for nothing, and sometimes I have to pay for it, because I actually do use more toner than what is normally used, because I'm doing these really psychedelic bright images. You know, they've got lots of colour, and they're not like your standard office stationery type things or documents. It's a very different sort of imaging that I do with this machine. So it's a very strange kind of work that I do, and I always pump the toner up really high, which is a pain in the ass when it comes to running out of the shit. And it just comes, I try to get toner before it runs out, but they always tell me it has to be low toner indication in words. They didn't say in words, but they meant it has to say low toner before they'll give me any. So I have to wait till the toner runs low, and then when it runs low, it's always on the time when I can't get my ass down to Mytronics. So this is what we're photocopying, this Christmas guide. So let's see how we go. But basically it's always running out of toner when I don't want or need to run out of toner. But hopefully we won't have a toner out during Christmas. The next one to go after this is the yellow, and it's gone down. So the yellow is probably going to run out straight after this one. So I'm hoping the run outs will happen just before Christmas, because Mytronics, like any business, has to close down for this holiday season. So, and I've had problems like this before when the machine broke down on Christmas Eve, as it typically would. Now that looks interesting. It looks wishy-washy. Wondering if we're going to use it. You can see the green is very faded. It's an interesting minimalist colour in it. So we're going to do something different. Maybe this will be good to keep the toner out message at bay. But that doesn't look like the greatest image on earth, to be honest, folks. Now we're just going to switch that to 100. But I'm not happy with the toner just running out just like that. It's a real pain in the ass. It always seems, as I said, it always seems to happen when I least want it to run out. If it ran out yesterday on Thursday, I could have run down there yesterday and picked some up and have enough for today and to finish off this weekend. So I'm not happy, Jan, as they say, and I know what I did wrong. I forgot to put it on dark because we're making a negative image. So now we're going to darken it and see what happens. Silly doof. I'm not doing things all that well today. But I'm not happy with this toner out. This is one of the things I liked about the old photocopier. Again, the old one was better than this one. And the toner would last for years, not months or weeks. Or months. I think it's more months than weeks, but it's only just like a month or two and the toner runs out. And the yellow is notorious for running out before all the other colours. But if we can get this cyan toner picked up probably on Monday, and then and then if the yellow runs out at a convenient time, well, hopefully. Now that looks really nice. I do like the colour in that. It looks like one of the few areas on this image that I actually like. So I'm just going to switch over and we're just going to try and maybe, I can't put it up in the corner there like, anyway, we're going to try and see if we can make this more interesting image. come up. We're just going to put that in the frame. If I can just keep it on the edge like that. We don't want any nasty borders, so we're just overlapping it a bit. And we're just going to drop a dot feeder on it, and we're going to blow it up to 400, and hopefully that'll work like a dream. And hopefully those colours will look really good. So we're just going to go finish and then start. But I'm not happy with the toner running out so quickly. I was expecting it to happen at this stage, so I wasn't expecting it to last any more than today. Anyway, that looks interesting. Wondering if we can, trying to think if we have to push it further that way, or maybe not. Maybe it will still look good as a mirror image. It wasn't moving like the rest of the image, but it's a nice colourful image, like an oasis of colour. But this is an interesting thing we've made. I was thinking of printing off this copy to get it fill the page, but we'll find out how this looks as a mirror image. Very wishy-washy colour scheme. You don't see that very often in my work, but you do occasionally. It's not the greatest image on earth, I must admit. Had a feeling this wasn't going to work somehow, for some reason. I'm just going to set this to mirror image. But this machine, I think, is a lower volume than the old C353. It's a different. They've got the machines categorized in what they call segments, but there are so many different segments in the photocopier world. I can't memorize them with the ship memory that I have, so I can't memorize all the different segment numbers that a photocopier belongs to do with the amount of copies you make that it's designed to make each month, though its duty cycle, in other words. I can't remember. In the old days it was simply high volume, mid volume and low volume. That was how machines were typically categorized in the 80s and I think the early 90s, but then they just got more complicated and they had more machines. Seemed like there were more machines being released and different, therefore there were more segments or more categorizations. But anyway, that looks quite interesting in a minimalist sort of a way. I think now we can call this one quits.